I'm here, outside of Leeton Station in the heart of British Railway, ready to start a brand new challenge. This challenge is to visit all of the 42 stations in the game, but there are some rules. The first rule is that we can't ask for trains in the chat or have a driver for me. The second rule is that I can walk between stations if there is a path or road, but I can't do that for every station. The third rule is that, where I finish after each hour, I must start at that station in the next episode. I am also not allowed to count a station if I pass through it on a train. I have to get off at the station to remove it from the list. If a train despawns, which will happen, I have to go back to the station I previously visited, not the station I passed through, and then I have to walk or find a train from there. The final thing is that there will be no time limit, as that will make it too hard. This challenge will definitely take multiple episodes, and in each one, I will have 1 hour in real time to get through as many stations as I can. Oh, and the final rule is that if I am on a train as the 1 hour timer goes off, I am allowed to head to the next station to finish there. This challenge is going to be tough, and I will be unlucky at times, but I might get lucky at other times. If version 1.4 comes out during the challenge, I will add them onto the list. Well then, that is all of the rules explained, so it is just about time to hit play on that 1 hour timer, and begin. This is Wolf Gaming. And the 1 hour timer has begun. Firstly, I need to check the boards for departures. I'm thinking of getting on the 3:53 service to Preston Junction, as that will tick off 2 stations. Oops, that's the wrong platform. I have obviously already ticked off Leeton, as we are here. Let's go to platform 2 and get on. Why on earth is the train down there? Oh well. Yes, this is the train. Let's get on and find a seat for the first train of the challenge. Here's a seat. The train is just pulling into St. James Park, which means we have completed 2 of the 42 stations. I'll just get back on the train to get over to Preston Junction.
This is a regional service to Preston Junction.
I have arrived at Preston Junction, which means the 3rd station is done, but I have heard a double class 350 going to Norrington pull in, so I'm going to have to be very quick if I want to get on it. No, is that the door alarm? Oh no, I have missed it. Oh well, I will have to go to the main entrance to have a look at the upcoming trains. Let's hope there is one going to Norrington. Let's take a quick look at the visited stations map. It may only have 3 stations done, but it is an improvement from 1.
Victoria Docks. This train is full with 4 coaches.
It seems like there are no trains going to Norrington, so I think I might get on the train on platform 3 to Victoria Docks. It will be a while to wait for a train to Norrington. That train we just got off has gone, so I am going to have to take the 4:01 service. Let's head over and get on it. Yes, this is the train. This should hopefully tick off quite a lot more stations. Here we are at Merion, the 4th station to be visited. There is no point in switching to a different train, so let's just stay on this one. We've just got to Whetstone, but the driver has overshot the stop. This is not good. I think we will still be able to tick the 5th station off though. Yes, we have done it. Let's get back on quickly. And we have done Abbey Road. We are flying through the stations. Let's go to the final stop, Victoria Docks.
The train and the platform edge. This is a regional service to.
Oh no! The driver has despawned, which means we need to go back to Abbey Road. That is so frustrating. Well then, let me check for any trains. There are no trains for quite a while. I think I am going to walk to Victoria Docks. Let's go. I'll just quickly stop off at Longbow Beach as no trains stop here on the weekdays, so it would be impossible to get here by train today. So, that is 7 stations done. Let's walk the rest, because we will not get a train out of here. It took me a while to find the way, but I am back on the road and we have been stopped by a level crossing. I can see the train in the distance. Hopefully the barriers are working and they aren't just fully stuck down. If they are, that will be so annoying because we could have got on that train. The train has just passed, so let's wait for the barriers to go up. Oh, they were stuck down all along. Oh well. I guess we can go and tick off Victoria Docks in the meantime. And we have arrived at Victoria Docks, the 8th station we have completed. I'm just going to have a look at how long we will have to wait for a train out of here. Oh no! The next train is in 23 minutes and it only goes 2 stops. Hopefully a train spawns going the other way, so we can head on to a different section of the map. I think I will go to Victoria Harbour because not a single train runs there anymore, unless you are so lucky. So then, Victoria Harbour. That means we have done 9 out of 42 stations, which is over 1/5 of the way. Let's take another look at the visited stations map. That is a lot more stations ticked off than when we last saw it. It's going to start getting harder when we have to go to the less used regions of the map. I'll head back to Victoria Docks now. Hang on. If you haven't already, why don't you subscribe to Wolf Gaming? It's completely free, and you can guarantee more videos just like this. Now back to the video. I'm back at Victoria Docks, so I will just check for any new trains. No, there aren't. All we can do is wait for the train or another train to spawn. There wouldn't be any point in going back to Abbey Road, as there probably wouldn't be any trains. There might be some to Ashdine, but we don't want to end the day there as there may be no trains departing during the next episode, which would take up a lot of time. I think what I am going to do is check if I can walk to New Hurst or Side on Sea by road. Let's just head over the level crossing. All of the roads were dead ends, so we will have to just wait for a train at Victoria Docks. We are back once again, and there are still no more trains. It looks like they are all going to Ashdine. Wait, there is one doing the giant loop to Norrington. Could I get on that? Actually, I don't think so. We will probably miss it as we have to walk there. Oh, hang on. There is a train from here in 12 minutes now. That's great news. We are getting trains spawning to come down here. It still is quite a wait though. And it is only at Leeton. Let me check the main boards. There is a third train, and it's going to Preston Junction. I can see it. I have to get on that, so we can go back to Leeton. It is just pulling in now. The first pace of the challenge has arrived. Now we have to make the journey back to Leeton, so we can choose what to do from there. Oops. Let's go.
Victoria Docks. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge.
We have finally arrived at Leeton.
Service to Preston Junction has been cancelled. We apologise for the disruption to your journey today. We are sorry that the
Where is this train going? Oh, Victoria Docks. I'm not going there again. I'm just going to check the trains to see what options we have. I think the only options are Avon Hill or Belmont Green. Otherwise, we will just go where we have already been. We can't wait for the Avon Hill train, as we would surely run out of time, which means the only option is the 4:45 service to Belmont Green. I have just done about 8 minutes of train spotting and realized that the train is on the terminus platform. Let's get on.
has been cancelled. This is due to a number of train crews being unavailable. We apologise for the disruption to your journey today.
Belmont Green, the 10th station. This train doesn't leave until the timer runs out, so we will have to end episode 1 here. It is a good place to end though, as there should be a few options to get out. It has been so fun travelling around British Railway, and let us know if you like this series in the comments. 1 hour timer has begun, which means we immediately need to check what trains there are. It seems like the only trains out of here are either to Avon Hill or Mill Bridge. Let me go and check the platform displays for the times of the trains. It does look like the trains are at least a 7-minute wait, so I think we should walk to the next station. Or maybe not. All of the roads do not go anywhere, so it seems like we are waiting for a train after all. The Avon Hill trains seem to be departing first, but they will probably all go one stop, which wouldn't tick many stations off. Yes, it is an intercity train, but they sometimes might stop at Fleetwood, which I think would be worth it for the short journey it is. Oh, it is going straight there. I'll check where the Mill Bridge trains stop as well, as they could stop in many more places along the way. Another addition to this episode is the overall time it has taken, which will be in the rest of the series for you to see. Well, this train is stopping at Fortis Green and Northcote, so I think I need to get on that, even though we have to wait 7 minutes for it. I hope this is the longest wait of today. I'm going to wait for the train, but for you, the wait is skipped. I will see you when the train is here. Let's quickly check the visited stations map. Last episode, we were able to get through 10 stations, so hopefully we can be as successful as before. The train is here now, which means it is time for the first 8 times speed time-lapse of the episode. Here we have a Class 171, which is practically the same as what we arrived on, which was the Class 170. I'm just going to wait for the train to stop, so we can get on. Wow, this is a long consist of Class 171s. The train has finally stopped, so let's get on and find a seat.
This is Belmont Green. This is a regional service to Mill Bridge. We have arrived at Fortis Green, which is the 11th station to be visited. Let's quickly get out and have a look at the station sign. There it is. Now we need to get back on before the train leaves, so let's get on right by the sign. Here's a seat. No, this is not good. My door isn't on the platform. Please tell me I can walk through the train. This is so annoying. I'm not going to be able to tick off Northcut, as I have to walk on the platform. Getting on here at Fortis Green was a huge mistake. Well, it seems like I'm going to have to admit defeat at this stop, so let's head to the next one. So then, I made it to Mill Bridge, which took a grand total of 20 minutes, but it also means that 12 stations are complete. I'm still so angry that I got on where I did. I need to check the boards to see where this train would go if it were to turn around. Or maybe I don't. Well, it seems like we are stuck here until another train comes along. Maybe I might be able to walk to Northcut. Let me head over the bridge to the main entrance. Oops. It's this way. This main entrance is definitely the least detailed I have seen so far. Let's go walking.
Well, that ended as quick as it started. Just like Belmont, it seems I will be waiting here for a train to arrive. I'm just going to head to the main boards on the platforms to wait there. I'll see you when there is a train. I've been waiting here for 11 minutes, which is just ridiculous, but we finally have a train. It feels like I've been here for hours. I guess this station is not used very often. Let's check where this train is going first, as we want to know what stations we will be stopping at before we get on. The train has just turned around, and it is going to Avon Hill. I think this is worth it, because I do not want to wait any longer here. Let's get on. You have got to be kidding me. The train has just been cancelled, which means we need to head back to the already annoying Mill Bridge once again. Oops, that is Belmont Green. Let's go where we are meant to go. Hopefully we will be able to get trains out of the station with ease this time. So we are here for what feels like the millionth time. I'm just going to head to the island in the middle. I think I will go to the end of the platform, so I can see the trains that will arrive. Let's go. Before we get onto the next train, I will quickly show you the visited stations map. We have now done 2 more stations, which isn't the best, and it could have been better if I was able to get off at Northcut, but at least we are making some sort of progress. Hopefully we can tick a few more stations off before the end of this episode. Hang on. If you haven't already, why don't you subscribe to Wolf Gaming? It's completely free, and you can guarantee more videos just like this. Now back to the video. This is ridiculous. This is the first train that has arrived, and I have been waiting for just under 20 minutes. This station is so deserted today. This train that is pulling up is the most laggy train I have ever seen. He must be playing on a phone from the 1980s. Let's head over, as I am expecting it to turn around, and then we can see where it is going. I just remembered it will be a regional train, so we will tick off so many stations. Although the timer will definitely go off at a small stop, which means we might not get a good exit in the next episode. This is definitely not a good driver. I'm just thinking about how laggy the time lapse would be, so I might not get on. How slow does it take to turn around? Is that someone running down the tracks? Let me go and investigate. Yes, it is. Wait, there is a train. And it is an intercity train that isn't lagging. That would get us some distance away from here. I have to get this train instead. Considering that the Class 1 for 2 hasn't turned around, I will head over to the Class 90. This train is not lagging at all. That is good. I hope it turns around, because I am so sick of being here for so long. I've almost been here for 40 minutes.
The train now standing at platform 2.
It's going to Avon Hill, and it only stops at Belmont along the way. Let's get on.
At Avon Hill, this train is for the 4 coaches.
Here's a seat.
Welcome on board.
I've made it back to where I have started. The 1 hour timer is up, but I will add 15 minutes, because otherwise the video will be a lot shorter than it currently is. I need to check the trains quickly, but there is none going the other way, so I might as well get back on this train and head to Norrington. This extra 15 minutes means we can just add a bit of length to the video, and tick off one more station. If I hadn't done that, we would have finished where we had started, and only gone to 2 stops. It is all because I got completely stranded at Mill Bridge. Anyway, let's go to Norrington. It only took us 7 minutes to get here, and we have also ticked off the 13th station on the list. I'm just going to check the giant boards in the main hall, to see if there are any stopping trains to get to a few more stations. It would be worth it, even though I would possibly be in the situation of struggling to get a train out the next time. Wow, that is a lot of people. It seems the train we just got off is the only one, so it is a good idea to get back on. I think we will end up at Belmont when the timer runs out, which means we will start there for 2 episodes in a row. Let's quickly check the map to see what has been added. Obviously, we have made it to Norrington, meaning that is the only extra station that is covered with green. A regional train has just pulled into Norrington, and we have ages before this train goes, so let's have a look if this train turns around. I'm not too sure if it has despawned. Is it here? No. It has gone. Oh well, I guess we will be on the intercity train after all. Let's go back.
Well then, we ended up where we started after all, and the extra 15 minutes of time has finished. It hasn't been as good of an episode as the last, but we will definitely have some options when we are trying to get out of here. Remember to leave a comment if you are liking this series so far, and if you want to see more. Just before we get on our first train today, we need to have a look at what happened last episode. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, make sure to do so, but if you did watch them, you will remember how much of a failure episode 2 was. We only got 3 stations done. Hopefully we have some more success today. Oh, and also, today marks Wolf Gaming's 2nd birthday, so thank you to everyone who has supported us to this point and into the future. Make sure to subscribe today, as you will be some of the only people to subscribe on Wolf Gaming's 2nd birthday. Now let's get into the video. So then, the 3rd hour has begun. Let's check the trains. Oh. Practically all of them are going to Avon Hill, which we did last episode. There seems to be at least one train on platform 1 heading to Freston, so let me check that out. This episode I want to leave this branch, and get out onto the main line via Leeton. Oh look, there is a train pulling into the terminus platform, and if he turns around he has to go towards Leeton. This is great news. I know it is a Class 159, which I have been told can be slightly glitchy for passengers, so there might be some problems in the time-lapse, but let's hope not. I will see you when the train has set up its destination or if it despawns. Yes, it is going to Leeton. This is just what I wanted. It is also a regional. What a start to the episode. What on earth is going on with the seats? There is the largest delay I have ever seen. We have made it to Woodham, which means we have visited 14 of the 42 stations, and it is only 6 minutes into the episode. Let's quickly get back on and fight against the seats. This is a stupidly long wait. Come on. There we go. What? Wow, that is annoying. We are now at the next station, Bawtry Road, which means 15 stations are done. There aren't any trains close behind this one, so I will have to face the 159 glitch once again. We are back at Leeton, the station where we can actually get a quick connection. I can finally escape the Class 159, so let's hope we can get on a nicer train. I need to check the main boards under the station, so I know where to go for my next train. It seems like there are trains from this platform, but I need to check the main boards for other platforms. Well, it's Norrington, Avon Hill or Ashdine, but I think I want to head up the main line to Norrington and Cuffley. If it is possible to get a regional train, that would be awesome. Let's just head back up to the middle of the station, as we have quite a while until the train to Norrington, and we can also do some train spotting if there are any trains. I will see you when the train is here. Let's take a look at the map, in which we have finally filled up some of the regional stations, upping the total to 15. I have just seen a Hume train's Class 80X pull into the terminus platform, so I am going to go and investigate where this will be going. If we get on this, it will also be the first 80X of the series. I really do like the livery of this train.
I think it might actually be a better idea to head to Norrington, so I will get on that train when it arrives. And with the magic of editing, the bus designed with a ruler on train wheels is arriving. This train is a regional train stopping everywhere apart from Stirling Street, which will be so good to the amount of stations we will visit. Let's not get on. Why is this door not letting me get on? Please don't go. Why are none of the doors working? Really? What is happening? Please, please, please let me on. I can't miss this train. The door over there has just opened after a 10 millennium delay, and we can get on. No need to panic anymore. Let's go. Seriously? The train was just cancelled. That means we need to head back to Preston Junction. At least we don't have to wait at Forestdale, but that is missing out of one station. It seems like I am not able to spawn at Forestdale, so we will have to admit defeat there and just go to Preston. Wow, the delay is even causing spawning to happen slower. Here we are, so let's find a train. I still want to go to Norrington, but I don't mind what type of service it is. All of the services are from platform 5, so let's head over there and hopefully get a train. Yes, we actually got through the door, and we didn't walk into a glass pane like we did at the entrance to the station. There is smoke inside the bridge. Oh, it is from the train down there. Here is our train. You know what, I saw some trains that were going to Cuffley, so let's head over to the boards to have a look. Yes, there are trains, but they are a few minutes away, so let's go back to the train. Oh, I have missed it. That is annoying, but I think there is another one behind it. I will see you when it arrives. Hang on. If you haven't already, why don't you subscribe to Wolf Gaming? It's completely free, and you can guarantee more videos just like this. Now back to the video. Here is our Trans-Penning Class 350 to take us to Norrington, which also explains the delay. He is going very fast. There are only 4 coaches. Is he going to make the stop at that speed? Good, the train has stopped in time, so we can finally get out of this place. The door has no delay. This is a miracle. Don't do this to me again. We have got on with barely any issues this time. Let's sit down. The delay is back.
I can't wait.
Sorry for the lag during that time lapse, but we have made it to Hume Heath, which is the 16th station. Those doors are so slow. It seems I can't get onto a less laggy train, so let's hope it is better. Here's a seat. Not the lag again. Well then, we have got to Norrington, the 17th station, and we still have 25 minutes left of the day. This train obviously terminates, so we need to change trains, and at Hume Heath I saw a train to Cuffley behind this one, so let's wait for that. This one is going back to Avon Hill on an intercity route, which I don't want to go back to again. I will see you when the train to Cuffley has arrived. Let's have a look at the visited stations map. We have ticked off a few more stations, bringing the total to 17, which means we have been so much more successful than last episode with still quite a while to go. We will still be able to do more when the train to Cuffley arrives, which will tick off Wallsend and Cuffley. The train is pulling in now. And it is an 80X. The first one of the series. It has taken a while to get to ride one of these. I love these trains. They look so sleek, especially in this livery. Wow, they also sound great. Let's wait for the train to get to a stop, and we can then head to Cuffley. I even love the doors. Why on earth do I have to jump to get on?
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Here's a seat.
This isn't
We have made it to Wallsend. That is 18 stations done. Let's stay on this train, as we can get to Cuffley in a few minutes with the speed of these trains. I think by now that you can tell I like these trains. Let's go to Cuffley. We are at Cuffley, which is the 19th station, but I believe that train opposite me is a regional train. Yes, it is. We have to get on, as we might be able to finish the Cuffley extension, depending on what the time does. How lucky was that? We are at Ashby in Kirkside, the 20th station. Let's stay on this train and head over to Ive.
gap between the train and the platform bench. This is a regional service to Avon.
Yes, we are at Ive, which means we are halfway through, with 21 stations done. Looking at the timer, we can get out of here just before the timer ends, and in the rules I can head to the next station if I am on a train when it goes off, which I will. Let's go! We have made it back to Norrington, which also means the 1-hour timer is up. This marks the end of this video, which was very successful. I was very lucky, as a few seconds after the train started moving, the timer went off, which is allowed, so I can get a good connection out of here in the next episode. If that train was delayed, I would have ended at Ive, with probably no good connections out of there, so it was so lucky I was able to get back here. For the final time of this episode, let's look at the map. It is so good to be marking all of these stations off, and this episode also marks the halfway point. The 4th hour of the challenge has begun. Let's check the boards immediately. There are trains to Stonebrook Town, which is not surprising if you think about how popular a singular branch line gets when it releases. Of course, we have done 21 stations so far, which are on the screen now, pushing us back under the halfway mark, after the new update was released. I think that getting down this branch will be the easiest part of this entire series, as it is the newest part of the game at the moment. I am going to be waiting here for the train to arrive, so I will see you then. Is this our train? Let me go and check. No, it isn't. That one is going down to Victoria Harbour. I believe my train is behind this one, so it shouldn't be too long. Here is our train. It only was 2 minutes behind the train before, which isn't that bad. It seems like we have a class 171 which we have not had a good time with, especially in episode 2 of the challenge when we couldn't get out of the train. Hopefully it goes a lot smoother this episode. This train will be stopping at every station along the line, so hopefully he doesn't despawn, because we might be able to complete the new extension immediately. We will also get Stirling Street along the way. Let's go! Here we are at Stirling Street, the 22nd station to be visited. Let's get back onto the train and head to West Norrington. We have arrived at West Norrington, which means 23 stations are done. We are making quick progress. Let's continue that and head further. The 24th station has been visited. This is Bramley, so let's get to the end with some speed and finish this extension. Cresford, so let's get back on the train and get to the end of the line, Stonebrook Town.
Between the train and the platform edge.
Welcome to Stonebrook Town, the end of this brand new extension that came out not too long ago. This means we have done 26 stations, and have pushed ourselves over the halfway mark once again. Hopefully this train will be turning around, otherwise we may be stuck, but considering the busyness of this line, there will probably be a train coming very soon. I will wait down by the main building, at the main boards, to see if this train will turn around. Oh no! The train despawned, so I will see you when the next train arrives. Let's quickly check the visited stations map. We have been able to tick off 5 more stations, and complete the branch line really quickly. Let's hope for some more luck later on in the challenge. A train is arriving, and it is the brand new Class 755. We also didn't have to wait that long, and it was pulling in by the time I walked down to the end of the platform. We still need to hope that this train is going to turn around, otherwise we might be stuck here, because I can't remember seeing any trains behind this on the map. I will see you when this train either disappears into thin air, or if we have got lucky, and it turns around. Hang on. If you haven't already, why don't you subscribe to Wolf Gaming? It's completely free, and you can guarantee more videos just like this. Now back to the video. Yes! He has turned around. Let me check where it will stop. Wow! We are going express back to Norrington and beyond. I think I might get off at Hume Heath, as after there, the train begins to skip places we need to go, such as Ashdine. We can also get a good connection out of there as it is quite a big station. Here's a seat. I think that there is a train over there that could be going before this one. Let me go and check. It could also be going regional, meaning we don't need to change trains at Hume Heath. I'm not too hopeful when it is that far down the platform. It doesn't look too good. No. We can't open the door. That means it has already departed, so we need to sprint over and get back on the train I was on, before it goes. Let's go to Hume Heath. We are at Hume Heath, which we have already visited, so the station count doesn't go up. We need to check the main boards for trains. There will most likely be a regional train. There seems to be quite a few trains heading in the right direction, and they are all going from platform 3, so we need to head back over there so we can catch one of them. We definitely won't be getting back on that train as we miss out on Astley and Forestdale. I'll see you when the train arrives. You can't stop there, mate. Why is he stopped there? What a noob. This train will be stopping at all the stations that we need to get to, which is great. All we need to do for this entire line from Leeton and above is Astley and Forestdale. This train is also incredibly delayed, which makes sense, so hopefully we can get to somewhere good like Preston for the end of the video. I don't want to be starting at a small station like Forestdale. I will see you at the next station. Unfortunately, this terrible driver missed Astley, which is so annoying, but we made it to Forestdale, the 27th station. Let's get to Preston with 1 minute left. Here we are at Preston Junction, and the 1 hour timer is up. We were very lucky as the timer did go off between Forestdale and here, so we have somewhere good to start the next episode. It is very annoying that we still have Astley to complete, but it is what it is. There should be a lot of trains coming through here, so I expect it to be alright. For the final time, we need to take a look at the visited stations map. As you can see, we have gone to 6 stations today, bringing the total up to 27. So then, as the 5th hour begins, we need to check what trains there are out of this station. I can already see loads. Every single train is heading up in the Norrington direction, which is great as we still have Astley to go to. Let's head to the other side of the station, where most of the trains to Norrington go from. I'm hoping that there will be regional trains, otherwise they might not stop at Astley. Let's head down to the boards. There is a train in 4 minutes. It is semi-fast. Where does it stop though? Yes. It is going to Astley. Let's hope the driver is trained enough to actually get there. I'm going to head down to the end of the platform to wait for our train, and check where it is on the live map, so I will see you when it arrives. Before we depart though, we need to check the visited stations map to see what we got up to last episode. Oh yes, we have done 27 stations so far, so let's hope to increase that number much more this episode. Our train is arriving. I am surprised that this is stopping at Astley, because these types of trains usually run intercity routes. I guess it is good that this person decided to do semi-fast though. Hopefully this train will actually use the brakes before the station and not slam on the emergency brakes straight after they skipped it, just like the Pacer did last episode.
Let's travel in first class for the first journey of this video. Let's go and find a seat. Here we go.
This is Preston.
We are now approaching Astley, and it seems like we are going to be able to get off. Driver or guard, unlock the doors. Why are we moving? We had just stopped and he didn't open the doors. Maybe he is moving up the platform. We are passing the stop markers. Don't tell me he has left without opening the doors. It seems like everyone in this game isn't trained enough to stop at Astley. Well, let's go to Hume Heath then. We have arrived at Hume Heath, after another shambles. We need to find a train quickly. Let's head down to the boards. Am I on the wrong side? I hope not, but it doesn't really matter. Hopefully there are some regional trains in the other direction. Wait! There is one to side on C that is delayed until 1 minute from now. How lucky is that? Let's go over to platform 3. That is great news. I will head to the boards to see if it is stopping at Astley, so let's get right to boarding this train. Our train is here, but why does he need the horn? I have checked and it is going to Astley. Stop the horn. Does he have a disease to press the horn every second whilst coming into stations? You might want to stop sometime this year. What is wrong with people? You only need to use the horn when there is a whistle board. I think we will take this train back to Leeton, as we will be able to get many services out of there. Or we might take this one to side on C, but that will probably waste this whole episode just for 2 stations. Here's a seat.
Please mind the gap between the train.
Seriously, that is the worst time for him to despawn. We need to head back to Hume Heath now, as that was the last station we stepped foot on. We were about to get to Astley though. Oh well. Let's hope there are trains, otherwise that won't be helpful. Hang on. There is one to Belmont scheduled for now. Surely it has departed, but we might as well go and check. I am going to need to check the boards. Am I seeing this? Is that a pacer? Well, that isn't great. If you watched the last episode you will know why. I was trying to say, I needed to check the list of stations, which I have done, and it is going to Astley. Let's pray that it stops at Astley, but I have no hope in these trains. Join Wolf Gaming's WhatsApp group to get the latest updates about new videos, or whether they are cancelled. It is completely free, and you can guarantee the most important information about the next video. Use this QR code to join now. Let's get back to the video. This is a miracle. He stopped at Astley. That is the 28th station to be visited out of the 46 in the game. I guess we now need to keep going to Preston Junction and hopefully beyond. I am just going to quickly check the boards for any fast trains to Leeton, because we might be able to escape the pacer and also get there quicker. No, there are none for around 10 minutes, which is pointless to wait for, as we have a train going there behind me. Let's keep going along the line towards Leeton.
This is a regional service team.
I am just going to check the boards here as well for trains towards Avon Hill or Ashdine. Same thing again. The trains are quite a while away, but that one behind is only going to Victoria Docks, which we have already visited. So let's go to Leeton, and then we should be able to get a train easily out of there. Let's go. We are at Leeton once again.
This is due to a fault.
It feels like a century since we have been here. Let's check the boards for trains. What could I go on? There is only one train that would be useful to catch, which is the Mill Bridge train, because we have not completed the branch. Let's hope it is regional. It is also in 1 minute, so we need to be quick. We have been getting so lucky with the interchange times. Where is the train? Oh wow. It is just arriving now. Why a class 170 though? We have not had a good time with that. Last time we tried this branch it was on a 170 or 171, and the driver skipped Northcote. Let's hope for better this time. It is also regional, so it is stopping everywhere. The stations we need to go to are Henley Park, Elmree House and Northcut, which this train stops at all of them. How long do you need to spend braking? Do you get what a car stop marker is?
This is
Let's get on.
change here.
Here's a seat that is not working properly.
Avon.
What is wrong with that?
Norrington.
Let's try again.
Victoria Docks.
Oh, why are the seats like this on this train? Third time lucky? Yes, it seems the table seats haven't got the seat position in a good place, but these do. Let's go. Hang on. If you haven't already, why don't you subscribe to Wolf Gaming? It's completely free, and you can guarantee more videos just like this. Now back to the video.
It's electric.
29 stations are complete. Welcome to Henley Park, one of the 3 stations we need to visit on this line. We have 30 seconds till the train departs, so we have no need to rush. What I do want to do is find a seat that is facing forwards that also works. Are there any down the end of the train? Or this one? No. Let's go to the next coach. How about this one? Not great but better. Let's move forward 1 row. Yes. Let's head further up the line. We have just pulled into Elmree House, the 30th station to be visited. Once again we have no rush to get back on the train, as it is running a bit early after it skipped Fortis Green. We have already visited that though, so it doesn't matter. All we have left is Northcut. Let's sit in the same seat once again. You have to be joking. Why is he going so fast? He did so well at the other stations, apart from Fortis, but we need to stop here. People need to be trained in this game. Honestly, just use the brake.
We have just stepped foot on the dreaded station of Mill Bridge, where every train despawns and never turns around. Let's hope that this one does, and has learnt to use the brakes, and he is able to make the train come to a stop at Northcut. Wow, that was quick! He is going to Belmont, but what stops is he going to? I saw Northcut. Great news! I guess it is a no-brainer to get back on, otherwise we might be stuck for half an hour like a few episodes ago. Let's go! I hate this driver. It is like he knows I am doing this challenge, and is deliberately skipping the station. This is unbelievable. I will need to come back here again. I think it is the curse of the Class 170. I guess we might as well head to Elmree House to figure out what move to do next. Decision time. What do we do? We can either wait here for a train backup, or we head back to Leeton for the end of the episode, and tackle it in a later episode. The trains depart when the timer almost ends, because it is late. It might also not stop there. Could we walk though? Let me check. I will just zoom out. Oh, that won't work. I guess we are getting on a train. I don't want to wait for that train to Mill Bridge, as we will probably end up at Northcut or Mill Bridge with very limited services departing next episode. Let's get back on that train, because I have worked out we can make it to Leeton in time, hoping that he is on time, and that gives us many good services to exit on in the next episode. Let's go! We are back at Leeton, and the 1 hour timer is up. We will end up where we started for this episode. This marks 5 hours and 15 minutes of travelling, and completing 30 stations which are on the screen now. It has not been as successful as I would have liked it to be, only going to 3 stations, but it is what it is. So then, as the 1 hour timer starts, we need to check what trains are departing the station. Why does it only have one train? Let's head up to the main platform boards to confirm what is running through here. There are so many trains, but all of them are not very helpful. We might be able to take a train down to the docks for some connections to Ashdine, Fair or Side on Sea. Let's go and check if I am able to get on the train that is currently waiting to depart. I think it is on the terminus platforms. Oh. It is very far down the platform. I think it has already departed and is waiting at a red light. Let's head back to the boards. I will see you when I have found a train that I want to ride on. Apparently many of you have been complaining that I am not riding to Side on Sea, so as there is a train, let's head there. Is this our train? Yes, it is. Let's get onto the Class 159 and head over to Side on Sea. Let's treat ourselves to first class for this journey. Hopefully we will be able to get to Hurst as well. Let's go!
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
After 20 minutes since the video started in real time, we have made it to New Hurst, the 31st station to be visited. This is great, as we can now head to side on C to get another station ticked off of the list. I hope that this train doesn't despawn though, as that would be so annoying. Let's go the short distance to the end of the line. We have made it to side on C. Now we need to head over to the destination boards to see what this driver is going to do. If he does despawn, there is not that much to do, as I have no idea if the roads go anywhere. I will see you when the driver has spent 3,000 hours choosing what he is doing. Why has the sound gone? Seriously. It took him so long to think of what to do, and then he goes and despawns. Well, that is so annoying. I think we are just going to have to wait for a train. I am going to head down to the end of the platform, as I will be able to see trains arriving as early as possible. I am just quickly going to head up the road to see where it goes. Let's start the time lapse. I think I am going to need to cross the rails here, as the main road goes no further. Hopefully there is a dirt track to New Hurst. Well, that is great, isn't it? It seems there is a field between me and the road. I can't cross it as I would breach the rules, so let's go back to side. Join Wolf Gaming's WhatsApp group to get the latest updates about new videos, or whether they are cancelled. It is completely free, and you can guarantee the most important information about the next video. Use this QR code to join now. Let's get back to the video. I am back at side on C, and I am going to be stuck here for however long it takes for someone to arrive in their train. Let's wait at the main building because there is a destination board nearby. I know it doesn't tell us about arriving trains, but it is useful for ones departing. Let's wait for the train. Just before our train arrives, let's take a look at the visited stations map. As you can see, New Hurst and side on C have been highlighted in green, which means we have been to them. Hopefully this train that we get on can take us to somewhere we haven't visited or somewhere nearby. Why does a pacer have to be the train that arrives first? And why has he stopped nowhere near the buffers? Hopefully they turn around. Considering people driving these are probably grinding for a new train, it is a very high chance of them turning around. I am hoping to get to places along the Fair or Ashdine, but the noobs probably haven't unlocked those lines yet. Let's see if this train decides to reverse. Yes, he has turned around. Although he is going to Norrington, we may be able to walk somewhere from a station along this route. Here's a seat.
I have made it to Victoria Docks, so I am just going to check for any trains that are scheduled to come through the station. Oh, there are none. That is okay, as we can get back on the train we were just on and head to somewhere like Abbey Road. Let's keep going. I have arrived at Abbey Road, so I am just going to check for trains once again. This is a better station to check, as all trains head through here to get to Ashdine. Where are the main boards? Here they are. No. There are no trains to Ashdine, so I guess we might as well go to the next station, which will be Whetstone. We could also walk from here, but there are no railway crossings, which there are at Whetstone. What is happening? There we are, we made it. Let's go to Whetstone. We are at Whetstone, which I think is a good place to walk to other stations that we haven't visited. We only have 6 minutes left of this episode, so I am going to need to make my mind up pretty soon. I think the best option for us to go to would probably be Longbow. The only thing is where we start the next episode. If we stayed here it would be quite bad as well. Let's have a look at where we are able to go. I think the roads might go both ways, but we have already been to Merrion, so let's go to Longbow. Hang on. If you haven't already, why don't you subscribe to Wolf Gaming? It's completely free, and you can guarantee more videos just like this. Now back to the video. Here we are at Longbow. This is the 33rd station to be visited, and I have no idea where to go. We may have a chance to get to Russell Lane with a road, but I need to check. Let's go and explore. It looks like all of the roads round here do not go anywhere, so we won't be going towards Ashdine. I think I might check if I can walk back to Abbey Road in time. I have just gone into FreeCam to see where the roads go and if there are any crossings over the railway. It doesn't look too good. The only way we can get there is by going all the way to Victoria Docks to cross, and then walk all the way back. Let's head back to Longbow to end the episode there. So then, this is where we will be ending the episode today. This is the first remote ending location of the series, so we will see what happens in episode 7. Before we got very lucky and ended up at places like Norrington, Belmont, Freston and Leeton. Hopefully we get some trains going towards Ashdine, but even better would be Broomfield, as that is one of the least driven parts of the map. Before we finish the episode off, let's take a look at the visited stations map. As you can see, Longbow has just been covered in the green marker, which is amazing to see. And we only have 13 stations left to go. It seems like this series may end in the next 4 or 5 episodes. So then as the 1-hour timer begins, we need to check what trains are departing here. Wow! At least we have one train going in the right direction. I guess we are heading to Ashdine immediately. What a great start. Hopefully it will stop at Ashdine Bridge, as that station is a request stop. Oh. I have just found out that this train is semi-fast and only stops at Russell Lane and Ashdine. We must take it though, as it is the only train on the boards. I can see our train. We also have a Class 755. That is a good train to start off the episode. We will be taking this train all the way to Ashdine, and then praying it heads back on a regional route, otherwise we might wait there for ages. Let's wait for the train to stop so we can get on. Let me just open the doors so we can go and find a seat. Hello there.
This is Longbow.
Here's a seat.
This is a
We have made it to Russell Lane, the 34th station that we need to visit. I think this train is delayed, so let's quickly get back on. Here we are at the end of the line, which is Ashdine. This is the 35th station that we have been to, leaving only 11 left. Wait, it has already turned around. I think it is going regional, as there is a station before Russell Lane. How are the doors already closing? Can I get on at the guard door? No. How on earth did he turn around so quickly? I guess we will have to wait here now. That is so unlucky, as I believe it was stopping at Osage Hill, and maybe even Ashdine Bridge. I don't think we are able to walk there either, as there are some huge mountains in the way. Let's check the visited stations map. Obviously we have just visited Russell Lane and Ashdine, so those are now in green. This brings the total to 35. I can hear a train. It wasn't too long after the 755 departing as well. This train should be regional. We have a GWR Class 158 pulling into Ashdine. I love these trains. We still have 45 minutes left of the episode, so we should be able to get somewhere away from this side of the map. Let's wait for the train to turn around, and hope it is on a regional route. The train has turned around. It is stopping at Ashdine Bridge. If it is stopping at Ashdine Bridge, it is most likely stopping at Osage Hill as well, so let's head back up the line. We have made it to Ashdine Bridge, and wow, this platform is short. It was lucky the driver didn't overshoot or miss the station completely. This is the 36th station, so let's keep going as we only have 10 left of the entire series. And we have arrived at Osage Hill, the 37th station. That also completes the entire Ashdine Branch. I think we should head to Victoria Docks, as there should be a good amount of trains there. Let's go!
And we are back at Victoria Docks once again. This is where we need to change for a train. I would like to get Broomfield completed, but getting a train down there is so rare. The only other options is fare, Avon Hill, or go to the dreaded Northcut. We'll see what happens. It seems like there aren't many trains scheduled to be coming through here, so I think we should wait for a train to spawn. I'll see you when I have a plan. Join Wolf Gaming's WhatsApp group to get the latest updates about new videos, or whether they are cancelled. It is completely free, and you can guarantee the most important information about the next video. Use this QR code to join now. Let's get back to the video. Just before we get going once again, let's have a look at the visited stations map. Coming up in green now are Ashdine Bridge and Osage Hill, which finishes off the Ashdine Branch, unless you count Broomfield in that. We now have less than 10 stations to go, so let's keep going. There aren't that many trains coming through or spawning, so I think it might be a good idea to walk up the line to Abbey Road. Is it this way? I can't remember. I think we have to head round the warehouses. Let's go and check it out. Yes, this is the right way. I couldn't quite remember from the last time we came through here. I have made it to Abbey Road, questioning the placement of these trees. How can the developers make such a mistake? I have seen it through the entire map. Anyway, we need to check the boards for trains. There is a pacer right there. It is going to Freston, which is not that useful. There is a train to Leeton behind it. That is not too good. I will see you when I have decided what to do. Should I walk to Whetstone? Maybe. Can we get a train to Fare from there though? Wait, all the trains to Fare don't go through there. What would be the point in walking there if we want to go down that branch? Let's wait for that train. I think this is our train arriving. Oh wow. The 158 that we took from Ashdine earlier is arriving. What a coincidence. Let's hope we get a good connection at Leeton. I think it would be good to go down the Avon Hill branch, as we still have quite a lot to tick off that way. Trains going down that line are also very frequent, but I am not sure about the regional services. We also only have 20 minutes left, so we may not get the full way down, as we still need to take this train to Leeton, which is regional. Let's go! We have made it to Leeton. All we need to hope for is a quick connection for a train to Avon Hill, considering we only have 14 minutes to get on and go down the line. I think that a train to Avon Hill just departed the station as we were pulling in. Apparently there is a train to Avon Hill in 6 minutes. Wait, there is a train pulling in now. Where is it going? It is going to Avon Hill. It must have just spawned now, as it was not on the boards 30 seconds ago. That is really lucky. I had a look at the boards, and it said we would be able to get to Thornfield in the 13 minutes we have left. That is only if it stays on time. We also get another 7:55 to finish off the episode. Let's wait for the train to come to a complete stop. Let's begin the 8-time speed time lapse down the line.
Change here for trains to Ashdine.
We are at Roton, the 38th station. This train got very delayed at Belmont Green, which means we can only get to Fleetwood in the time we have left. The sound was also very glitchy where I was sitting, so I will move down the train a bit. Let's go! We have made it to Fleetwood, also marking the end of the 1-hour timer. This is the 39th station that we have visited. That means we only have 7 stations to go. I also think that Broomfield will be our final station to visit, like shown in the thumbnail. This is because of the frequency of a train that goes down there. I don't think I have seen one scheduled to stop there this entire challenge. Anyway, as the trains at Fleetwood do some ridiculous maneuver, it is now the time to look at the visited stations map after the end of episode 7. As you can see on the map, Roton and Fleetwood have been added to the ones covered in the green colour. This brings the total to 39 stations, leaving 7 to go. I think we only have 2 or 3 episodes to go. Then, let's start the 1-hour timer and get going. I am hoping that there are some trains, especially in the Avon Hill direction. We only have 2 stations left of this branch, so it would be great if we could get them done. Wow! We have 2 trains in the right direction. This one coming in now is not stopping at Union Street, but hopefully it turns around and heads there. I'll see you when our train arrives. Our train to Thornfield is arriving. We have a Class 170, which if you have watched previous episodes, you will know that this train has not been my favorite. For those who don't know, the 170 kept skipping stops over and over again. Let's go and find a seat and make our way up the line. Let's go. And we have made it to Thornfield. This is the 40th station, so only 6 to go now. Let's get over to Avon Hill to see if this train decides to head to Union Street. So then, welcome to Avon Hill, the end of the line. This is where we need this train to turn around and stop at Union Street, as we haven't visited there yet. When I was recording this, I didn't realize that the train wasn't stopping there, so I thought the driver was being very bad, but in the end I found out it wasn't even scheduled to stop there. We have made it to the main concourse of the station, so let's see where this train is going. Oh, it is not stopping at Union Street. I guess the best thing to do would be to wait for a train to arrive and turn around. I will cut the wait. Just before our train, let's take a look at the visited stations map. As you can see, Thornfield has been added, bringing the total up by 1 to 40. Only a couple of minutes later, a train that is stopping at Union Street is departing from platform 9. Let's go and get on it. I think I will head to Abbey Road, as I will be able to either get a train up the Fair Branch, or a train to Broomfield. I highly doubt I will get to Broomfield, but Fair has a slight possibility. Let's head to Union Street. made it to Union Street, the 41st station to be visited. Let's get over to Abbey Road, which I am thinking may take a while.
Platform Edge, a light here for the University of Avon Hill.
Here's a seat.
Campus.
Don't try this yourself. It's extremely dangerous.
And I was right. Around 25 minutes later, we arrived at Abbey Road. The amount of delays into Leeton we were hit with was unbelievable. It looks like there are currently no trains going around to Broomfield. I am going to quickly check the other side for trains in the other direction. What are these steps doing? Whoever designed them didn't test it at all, as you have to jump to get up it. It seems like we have no trains to fare. I will find a train soon, hopefully. Well, I wasn't expecting this. 2 trains bound for Mill Bridge passing through Mill Bridge. I guess that is insanely lucky. Now all we have to do is wait for the train to arrive. Join Wolf Gaming's WhatsApp group to get the latest updates about new videos, or whether they are cancelled. It is completely free, and you can guarantee the most important information about the next video. Use this QR code to join now. Let's get back to the video. Here is our train to take us to Broomfield. I definitely was not thinking that this would happen today, but it has. And the fact that there has never been a train until now, when there are 2, is just ridiculous. Well, the good thing is, if this train gets cancelled, we will have a backup at all times. Now Broomfield will definitely not be the last station, and we also get the hardest one over and done with. Here's a seat. Well, the unthinkable has happened today. The 42nd station to be visited is Broomfield, the least served station on the map. This is great to be added. Let's head further up the line. I have arrived at Leeton, and this is where we will end the episode today. I do have 4 minutes left, but I can't get to a big interchange in that time. I would never have thought that we would get Broomfield today, but we somehow have. To pass the final few minutes, let's take a look at the visited stations map after the end of the episode. Of course we have just got to Broomfield, but we also need to tick off Union Street. This brings the total to 42 leaving for left to go. We have only done 3 today, but we did get to Broomfield, which is a huge achievement in itself. So then, as our 1 hour timer begins, let's go and check what trains are on the departure board. Yes! There is a train to Fare. And it is in 1 minute. We're going to have to be quick if we want to get on it. Let's get over to the platform. Is it this train here? No. At least I'm not traveling on a pacer now. Ah. I think this is it. The Class 755 will be taking us to Fare today. Why is he going so far down the platform? Clearly doesn't know what a stop marker is. Let's skip this part. The train has finally come to a stop at the end of the platform, so we now need to board. That is just a few people getting off. Here's a seat. Right then, as the driver completely demolishes the buffers, we have made it to Fare, the 43rd station to be visited. Now we need to see if this train is going to turn around. I highly doubt that it will, and it might not stop everywhere on the way back. I am going to head to the boards. Let's quickly check the visited stations map. Of course we have just got to Fare, so let's add that on and bring the total to 43. Oh, I guess we don't have a train anymore. Now my best bet is to walk.
I don't know if I can get to all of the stations, but I will try. I think Arkley will be connected by roads, which will be good as barely any trains stop there. Let's go! I am going to need to cross the railway here. Let's check for any trains. Now we need to head over to Arkley. So then, we have made it to Arkley, the 44th station, which leaves 2 left. Northcote and Roseberry Park. It was good that we were able to walk here as, like I said, not many trains call here anymore. I am not too bothered if we can't get to Roseberry Park, because it is a station that is served much more. Let's get walking. Hang on. If you haven't already, why don't you subscribe to Wolf Gaming? It's completely free, and you can guarantee more videos just like this. Now back to the video. This is a really good spot for train spotting. You have such a good view of the rails. Well, we have reached the end of the road, so we won't be walking to Roseberry Park. Unless there is a road over the other side? I don't think I can see one. I guess I will be heading back to Fair then. We have made it back to Fair, which means we are in for a little wait. I am going to head down to the end of the platform to look for trains, as there is no arrivals board. I'll see you when there is a train. 13 minutes later, we have a Class 153 pulling in. This train is one that does shuttle services, so I am hoping it turns around and calls at Roseberry Park. I believe that the driver came here on a shuttle service as well, so there is a good chance we are in luck. Now we need to check to see if it is going anywhere. I just saw the board and it is calling at Roseberry Park. Let's go. Welcome to Roseberry Park, the 45th station. This means we have 1 station left of the entire challenge. I don't think I'll be able to get there today though. Let's keep going. We have made it to Abbey Road, and we do have 13 minutes left. I have no idea if we will get a train at all. It would be good if we could get to Leeton, so we have a good chance of getting up to Northcut when we start the next episode. Let me quickly check the boards. There is nothing on this side going via Broomfield, so let's head over to the other platform. Oh, there isn't much. That Cuffley train might take us to Leeton though. Well, that intercity train completely skipped the stop, so we have come to the end of the 1 hour. This is an okay ending point for the next episode, so I think episode 10 could end the series off. It is quite a distance to Northcut, but it is definitely reachable. For the final time of this episode, let's check the visited stations map. Of course we have just ticked off Roseberry Park, but also Arkley. I'm
here, outside of Leeton Station in the heart of British Railway, ready to start a brand new challenge. For the final time, let's go and check what trains we have. I hope there are some good options. Yes, there is a train to Mill Bridge. That is really good, and it is only 5 minutes away. This is such a great start to episode 10. I will find out if the train stops at Northcote in a minute. Let's wait here for the train. Our train is arriving. I found out that this is not stopping at Northcut, but we can get within a couple of miles of it if we head to Mill Bridge. I hope it turns around. If you have just joined in, we are trying to get around every station in British Railway in the shortest time possible. Currently we have done 45 out of 46 stations. Let's go to Mill Bridge. I have made it to the end of the line, Mill Bridge. I am going to wait here to see if the train turns around or despawns. I really hope it turns around, but it has a chance of not stopping at Northcote as it didn't on the way here. Well, I was right. The train did turn around, but it is going straight to Leeton and is not stopping at Northcote. Don't tell me we are going to be stuck here for ages, like we were the first time we came to this station. I am going to wait here for whatever decides to come in. Whilst we are waiting for the next train, let's take a look at the visited stations map. Of course, as you all know, we have one station left, which is Northcut. This will end the whole series if we are able to get there. If you have watched this series, you will know that Northcut is not my favourite station, as I have attempted to stop there 3 times, each time the driver skipped the stop. I have no clue why this happened so many times, but it seemed like everyone was deliberately skipping it. Wait! Is that a train's lights in the distance? It was only a 10-minute wait as well. I mean, it could obviously be longer if the train doesn't turn around, or if it doesn't stop there. But of course it has to be the Class 170, which was the train that kept skipping the stop all of those episodes ago. I am going to need to head down to the platform's departure boards to see where this train decides to go. Hang on. If you haven't already, why don't you subscribe to Wolf Gaming? It's completely free, and you can guarantee more videos just like this. Now back to the video. Yes, it is stopping at Northcut. Let's go and get on it. This could be it, the final train. We still have to hope that the train stops at Northcote. As it is the 4th time we have tried, I should think this one might stop.
Here's a seat. Open the doors then. Wait! What is happening? Why is he moving? Please don't do this. He's slowing down. Thank God. Well then, that is our series done. We have made it to Northcote. This is the 46th station, which completes every BR station. It has been such a long journey to get here. So then, that is our visiting every BR station series done. If you have any other suggestions for something like this, please leave a comment below. Of course, the main reason why we did this series was to see how long it took to visit every station in the game. For us, it took 9 hours and 50 minutes, so let us know your times if you ever attempt this challenge for yourself. This has been an absolutely amazing series to record and edit, and couldn't have been done without all of the amazing drivers that were in the servers. Unfortunately, I don't have the names of those people, but whoever they were amazing, and were the only reason why we got to all of these stations. For the final time, let's check the visited stations map. We now get to see all of the stations highlighted in green, which is such a great feeling. This marks our challenge complete. We hope to see you in the next video, and make sure to leave your ideas for videos like this in the comments. We'll see you in the next one. And of course, a huge thanks to our channel members, who keep our channel running. And until next time, goodbye.
It's delicious.